Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make press-on nails at home. This is the design that I'm going to be doing. This is a Pinterest inspired nail design, so no, I did not come up with this, but I decided to find an easy nail set to recreate. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy the video. As always, I'm starting off by sizing out my nails. I know the nail inspo is square nails, but I love almond shape. So these are the ones that I went with. These are the Una Gela medium almond nail tips, which I found on Amazon. These have worked perfectly for me when I make press-on nails. To me, these are almost the perfect length. They're not really short, but they're also not too long. They do have a shorter version of these. They're actually called short almond nail tips, and I like to use those, especially because I like my nails to be a lot shorter and just feel more natural. So those are usually my go-to when I want to create a nail set for myself to just wear. If you're wondering what I'm doing with the nails after I pick them out, I'm just putting them onto my nail stand. You can find a nail stand on Amazon, or I believe I got this one from Shein. But yeah, you'll usually want to use a nail stand if you're making press-on nails. So I would highly recommend getting one if you don't have one, or you can use something else. I know other people like to improvise and just use whatever they have. So I highly encourage that as well if that's what you prefer. I pretty much know what my nail sizes are in general, and I use these nail tips pretty often, so it didn't take long for me to figure out which nail sizes I needed, but I did want to show you how I'm going through and measuring each one. I feel like over time, as you start to get more into doing nails, if you're a beginner, then you'll start to realize what nail sizes your nails are. So it just takes a lot of repetition, but over time, you'll start to pick it up. And here's the nail stand. I have all of the nails on there, so we're good to go there. I always like to put gloves on when I'm working with gel polish, so I just did that really quick. But now I'm going to be applying a base coat, which is this Beetles foundation. You'll want to use a foundation of some kind, a base coat of some kind, to help make sure that your gel polish stays on and prevent chipping, and to, of course, ensure a smooth gel application. So I'm applying a layer of this onto each nail, and then I'm going to cure it in my lamp for 30 seconds. Because these nails are going to be French tip, I decided to go with this gel polish in the color Take a Vow as my base color. You can get this on Amazon. I'll be sure to link everything down below. I don't know if any of you watch Nailed by Ta Beauty, or Ta Beauty, I believe is what she goes by here on YouTube. But she's actually the one that introduced me to this gel polish just by watching her videos. She uses this when she does her French tips, and for the longest time I was trying to find a good gel polish that would complement my skin and just look really good. And so I decided to try this out, and I'm in love with it. I use it a lot. I actually ended up buying 2 bottles of this just because I didn't want to run out. This is a really good gel polish if you are wanting a nice French tip and you're not sure where to look. I also ended up purchasing other products from D&D just because their gel polishes are really great quality. So I ended up getting a white gel polish, and I believe a pink one, and then a blue one, and then I think maybe a light green. If I didn't get the light green, then it's definitely on my wish list. But yeah, I really love their polishes. So if you have a minute, definitely check them out. You can find it on Amazon. And another thing is I realized that D&D gel polish is mostly what's used in salons. And now that I think about it, like it didn't really click to me that this is the gel polish that they use. But when I think about the times that I have been to the nail salon, these gel polishes, sure enough, were on the shelf. So yeah, it's just really good quality polishes, I'm telling you. As you can see, I'm applying another layer of this gel polish after I've cured them all, just because the color is really sheer and I don't want my nails to be see-through when I put them on. So I kind of have to go over with another layer. So I'm going to do that and then we can begin the next step. So if I'm going along with the nail inspo, the French tips are yellow. So I have this yellow that I feel like matches really good with the inspo picture. This is from Nail Haws. Super beautiful. I love this yellow, but I'm going to put some down onto my nail palette so that I can easily pick it up and start painting on my French tip. This is my favorite brush from Beetles. It's a nail art liner brush and it actually came in a 5-pack, but this is the longest size that was in the pack. But I love using this, especially when I'm doing line art or just having to paint on my French tip. So I'm starting by honestly just painting on my smile line. I don't plan to do like a deep French tip. I do want it to be a little basic and more close to the picture. So as you can see, I'm just painting on from sidewall to sidewall, and then I'm going to go in with the brush from the bottle and just fill in the rest of the space. I am trying to do this in thin layers because I feel like the more that you add, the more bulky the nail becomes. So if you have to go in with a couple of layers, that's much better than going in with one full thick layer. Instead, just do 2 thin layers and you're good to go. As I mentioned before, it's best to just have 2 thin layers, so I'm going over with the second layer at this point. Now it's time to go in with the actual nail art. I'm so excited about this, but I'm using this metallic silver nail art liner gel. This is the brand RAR JSM. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I'm going to start by doing my swirls. So as you can see, I'm just simply going to dip my brush into the bottle and try to clean it off as much as I can because I don't want to get any excess gel polish on there. And then I'm going to start from the center and just work my way around. This part is a little bit tedious just because I'm trying to really make sure that my swirl is harmonious and just looks really good. So I'm just taking my time with this. It is a little tricky because at some points I felt like I was getting too much gel polish on there. So I would just definitely say be careful with applying this because even if you do wipe your brush off, there may be a point where you just get a little extra on there. But for the most part, it did really well. I would also say if you're interested in a product like this, it is not going to be chrome. It is a metallic silver color. I made that mistake when I first bought it. I thought it was going to be chrome, but it was not. I wasn't really disappointed because either way it still looks good, but if you're looking for a chrome, then you're much better off going with a chrome powder or something like that. So for the middle fingernail, I'm going to be painting on a star in the center. I think in the photo there is a nail with like two stars on it, and then there's like a little hole that you drill and then a hoop to just put through the hole. I personally decided not to do that with this. I've never drilled a hole into my nails, although I've seen it pretty often and it looks really cool, but I just don't have the tool to be able to do that. So yeah, not going to be happening here, but if you want to add that for your design, then you definitely can. Once I do have my star painted on, I am going to start filling it in with the same liner brush. I do want to say that with this, if you are filling in a design, it is very likely that you will have streaks in your design. I feel like there's no avoiding it with this, but please let me know if you found a way to avoid that. But when I use this gel polish, I usually just get streaks in it no matter how or what direction I go. So, but if you have any tips, I'm definitely all ears. For this nail, we're going to go ahead and do our two stars. I do want them to look a little bit cut off, so I'm only doing half of the star. And again, for the pinky, I'm just doing another swirl. So again, I'm just taking my time with this part. I came back for the thumb last because I really didn't have a design in mind and there was no thumb picture in the inspo picture. So I decided to outline my French tip with the same silver metallic gel polish, and I'm going to do some organized dots down the French tip. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for this nail. Now it's time to top coat the nail. So again, I'm using Beetle's top coat for this part. And I'm just going to apply a thin layer of this onto each nail. This is definitely important to, I would say, encapsulate the nail. But if you want your nails to look glossy and more finished, then you definitely want to add a top coat. And this is the finished nail set. Would you say it's pretty close to the inspo picture? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.